Hey y'all, Fiber Tardy here. It's Crystal. Welcome back. We're in for another weekly vlog. Yeah, because this is the start of week 3 for Garbaugust, and this is the Anything Goes week. So you can read anything you want, as long as it's trashy, right? And it's also the week that I have the most books picked out for because, you know, all of the weeks were more specific and these didn't quite fit into the other weeks except for Anything Goes. So just a little reminder of what I got planned. I've got V.C. Andrews' Dark Angel. I have made a start on this on the audiobook already. Just a few chapters in, but yeah. And that's book 2 of the Castile series that I'm reading with Kelly, Hooked on Books. She's got a little V.C. Andrews read along going on. I got one of the Saved by the Bells books. This is Kelly's Hero by Beth Cruz. Nice and short. Got my NASCAR romance. This is Teaming Up by Abby Gaines. And it sounds really fun. I got a Nancy Drew files. This is case number 1. Secrets Can Kill. Is Nancy Drew trash? I don't know. I feel like these Nancy Drew files books might be a bit more soapy, you know, more soap opera-y. So I'm gonna investigate. This is more an investigation into these books, so we'll see how that goes. I got the Doctor Who book. This is Doctor Who and an Unearthly Child by Terrence Hicks. It's also pretty short. I've got this romance that Ollie sent me, Janet Joyce's Controlling Interest. I love the cover. And I got a Star Trek Voyager book because I do want to do a little bit of book trek also. This is going on. So this is number 4 of the Voyager series. It's the first one that I have, and it sounds pretty good too. And then a Full House book, Way to Go Chipmunk Cheeks, and this is a middle grade book, it appears to be, and I think it's novelizing this particular episode of Full House. Anyway, so yeah, the week promises to be fun actually, because all these sound pretty fun. But I don't know what I'm gonna. I don't know what I want to feel like getting into first. I don't know. I'm not sure. So when I decide I want to get into first, I'll let you know in the next clip. So again, we're kicking off week 3. Anything goes for Garbaugust. So let's do. I'm gonna start off another weekly vlog, and I know they've been kind of long. So if you've been watching them, thanks. I've been enjoying putting them together. But yeah. So week 3, let's get going. All right, we've made it through the end of Monday. We made it. So yeah, we're starting week 3 of Garbaugust. I think I'm gonna go with this Full House book first because it's short, and you know, I'll finish it today, probably tonight. So I'm gonna exercise a little bit because I've been neglecting that, and I'll go cook dinner, and then, you know, all that kind of good stuff, and then I'll dive into that. So here we go. Chicken, roast potatoes.
Well, so are you. Honey.
All right, let's do a check-in before I go to bed. I did read the Full House book. This is Way to Go, Chipmunk Cheeks. And it's basically a novelization of like 3 episodes kind of put together. There's the storyline where DJ, who's, you know, the eldest daughter, was invited to a pool party, and she thinks she needs to lose weight because she thinks she's so horribly fat, and she doesn't want to wear a bathing suit in front of people, and so she like stops eating, and exercises and like passes out. Yeah, and then her dad gives her a nice talking to, and it ends in a happy ending. There's also the episode where Steph, the middle daughter, is part of a kind of like a Girl Scout troop. They're called the Bumblebees. If you watched Full House, then you know. But it's when they do like the mother-daughter like slumber party, but of course her mother's dead. And so Rebecca, you know, was supposed to go, but she had car trouble and she wasn't able to take her. So of course Uncle Joey says he'll take her. And it proceeds to be kind of a crap show, and she gets embarrassed, and yeah. And then there's also the storyline where DJ gets a job at a mall so she can afford some expensive new shoes. So really the more serious plot, and the bulk of the book was the DJ needs to lose weight storyline so she could fit into a big bathing suit. And then I went and watched the episode that particular episode was called Shape Up, is the episodes from season 4. I do remember watching that episode, and I watched it again, and yeah, it was good. It was, I think it was kind of controversial when that one came out because it dealt with well, those sorts of issues of, you know, weight loss, you know, young girls feeling pressure to lose weight, you know, comparing themselves to models, that kind of thing. But then, you know, those things possibly leading to some sort of like eating disorder, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it was there, and it was there in the book too. So really a lot of the lines were like word for word what were in the episode, which was interesting. So yeah, I mean, it was pretty cool. You know, it's just a little middle grade story, but it was interesting. I don't know many other novelizations of TV shows that are like sitcoms, but but yeah. So done and dusted. Book 1 for week 3 is complete. I did also make a start on the Saved by the Bell book because I thought, man, let's go ahead with the TV theme. And I'm about halfway through with Kelly's Hero. And this is also dealing with a somewhat heavy theme. And Kelly has gotten a job at a restaurant so she can earn some money. And her boss is basically sexually harassing her and trying to blackmail her into going out on a date. So that's fun. Then there's this kind of side story where there's like some kind of scavenger hunt going on in the city, and it's like boys against girls. So like Slater and Screech are going up against Lisa and Jesse as a, you know, guys against gals kind of thing. And so that's like a sort of subline, but we're really interested in Kelly in this story. So so yeah, about halfway through. I'll finish this one up tomorrow for sure. So yeah, day 1 done and dusted. I said that before. I'm gonna say it again. We're finished with day 1. I'm going to bed because I'm very tired. Good night. Let's do a check-in because I finished this book, Kelly's Hero. It's a Saved by the Bell book. This was written by Beth Cruz, and well, it's a Saved by the Bell book, right? So I mean, so for me, Saved by the Bell, I definitely watched it, you know, growing up. It's always had this sort of cheesy, you know, undertone. Even some of the storylines, when some of the storylines were serious, you know, there was also some lightheartedness. Well, that makes sense. Anyway, it's a little late at night. So this one, it definitely had that, you know, silliness to it. Screech was being Screech, you know, kind of thing. But there's a pretty serious storyline in here with Kelly. So Kelly has just started a new job as a waitress at this kind of hoity-toity country club, you know, type of place. and she's trying to just pick up some extra money. This is like a second job for her. And so she just, was wanting to work for a little bit, try to save up some money for something that she wanted to do. Okay, cool. But her manager is like this total dickhead who's like totally sexually harassing her at work. Inappropriate advances and comments towards her, all kinds of stuff. And she's like, what the hell, what the hell's going on with this guy, And so she kind of goes through this, through these emotions of like, man, I'm telling this guy no, but he won't leave me alone. And then, the whole, did I do something? Did I say something out of line? Was I just too nice? Because men are gonna men. But, and then she got to the point where, no, I didn't do anything wrong here. This isn't my fault. This guy is just an asshole, essentially. So yeah, there's this scheme at the end where they, where they get him at the end, and and because she does try to talk to Zach about it, and he's got some other stuff going on in a sort of a side story here, and so he kind of brushes it off a little bit, and it really upsets Kelly and hurts her feelings, but at the end, he kind of sees something else happening with this guy's sister, actually, and it's like, this whole family is just a bunch of assholes, and so they kind of scheme at the end when, he and Kelly and another waitress at this restaurant, and the manager kind of gets his in the end. So Zach does play this kind of like hero role where he comes in and like helps to save the day, but very typical of the time period, I'm assuming, right? But there is a really good scene where Kelly does stand up for herself against this guy, and yeah, which I appreciated. So yeah, it was fun. And the other kind of side story was with the other characters. I think I mentioned it in my previous clip, but there's some kind of like a scavenger hunt going on, and so it's kind of guys against the gals. So Slater and Screech are going up against Jesse and Lisa, and Jesse and Slater are basically like they're both super competitive, and so it just gets nasty towards the end about the things that they have done to each other. So one of them will win over the other. That storyline was like kind of like, who cares, but but yeah, it was fun, yeah, and it was short and sweet, so yeah, it was fun. Is it trashy? Yes, because it's the cheesiness of a 90s show wrapped up in a book. So yeah, I also finished the audiobook for Dark Angel by V.C. Andrews, and I just love this book. I love this story, this series so far, following Heaven and her family, and this is the second book of the Castile series, so we've the sort of further story of the Castile family, what has happened to them after book one, particularly Heaven, of course. She's our main character that we're following. Excuse me. So she's a bit older in this story, and we do follow her through several years. So I think by the end of the book, she's maybe in her early 20s or so, and some things happen. There's lots of course, family secrets. Older men acting inappropriately towards underage girls. Very V.C. Andrews in that way. She definitely portrays a lot of older men as basically slime balls that just can't keep. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. But yeah, we're going to move on. But there was some sadness in here. Yeah, it was really good. I just really like this series, and so yeah, I don't want to say too much more because it's book 2, of course, but gosh, I really liked this book, and the lady that does the narration for this does a fantastic job. So she really brings the story to life for me, and I enjoy it. So I definitely can't wait for book 3, so which will be coming next month. So yeah, Dark Angel was so good. I really liked it a lot. So next up, I think I might dive into this Doctor Who book. Keep into the TV show frame of mind, you know, with the Full House, Saved by the Bell. Gonna go back in time a little bit with some Doctor Who. I think I'll do that. And I did read my Ed Wood story for the night, and he did mention an Angora sweater, so that's great. I hate working out. Now it's dinner time. Sweet potato fries and veggie burger tonight, I think. And you know when you get home sometimes and something has been sitting in the trash all day and you come home and your house stinks? Yeah, that's today. Appropriate for Garbaugust, possibly. Dinner time. It's Thursday. Let's go to frickin' work. All right, it's Friday night. Let's do a little check-in because I haven't checked in a little bit. Where am I? I did finish my Doctor Who book, so this is Doctor Who and the Unearthly Child, and it is essentially the novelization of the very first episode of Doctor Who. So, yeah, it was fun. I had a good time with that. I like Doctor Who. If you like Doctor Who, you'll like this book. You know what I mean? But the Doctor himself was kind of an asshole in this one. Was that? It's been a long time since I watched this episode. I may see if I can find it streaming somewhere. I don't know where Doctor Who is streaming these days, especially like the older, you know, the old versions. I don't even know if I can be able to find them anywhere, but it was fun. You know, we first meet the Doctor, and it's fun, and then I started Teaming Up by Ivy Gaze. This is, of course, my NASCAR romance. This is a Harlequin book, and like I said, made a little start on it. I didn't read anything today other than a little bit at my lunch break. I don't know, I've had a headache most of the day and I just didn't feel like reading tonight. You know, I read a lot of books. I read a lot this month, so I can take a night off, you know what I mean? But yeah, it gets me. But yeah, so we'll see how this goes for the weekend. I'll at least get this finished over the weekend. Like I said, it's Friday night, so we'll got Saturday and Sunday to, you know, wrap out, to finish out week 3 of Garbaugust. So we'll see. But you know, I had some other books on for this week. I don't know if I'm gonna get my Voyager book. I just don't know. I don't know that I'm gonna get to it, and I don't know that I'm gonna get to this one either. But I can save this for Autumn Amour, so I'm not stressing this one too much. And it is short, so, you know, it kind of fits in for Shorty September also. And I'd forgotten that I needed to read this month, Cycle of the Werewolf by Stephen King. And it's a short book, so maybe I can squeeze that in over the weekend too. We'll see. But I mean, for sure I want to finish this over the weekend. Like if I nothing else, you know, I want to finish this one. So we'll see. So that's where I'm at right now. Week 3 is winding down. So we'll see how the weekend goes. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this week's vlog with a final little check-in. Even though I'm not quite done yet, but we still have the rest of Sunday to go. But I want to go ahead and get this vlog, edited together and all that good stuff, and get it uploaded because my last week's vlog, it took almost 2 days to upload to YouTube. Something was just crazy. I don't know. It was crazy pants. But anyway, so I finished Cycle of the Werewolf. I did finish that this morning. It's a short one, and it's got illustrations and things in there too, so it's not it's not super complicated or anything like that. And this was fun. I had a good time with this one. It's a werewolf story, and it features this basically there's this kind of small town who once a month there seems to be someone showing up dead, and well, I guess it's a werewolf. So one thing I really liked it took, at the beginning of every little section there, you get a month breakdown. So you start in January, and every kind of chapter is like the new month. And so we go through this is a whole year of werewolf drama going on through the year. And you find out who the werewolf is, all that good stuff. So if you've seen Silver Bullet, then you know who the werewolf is. But it was still fun. I've seen Silver Bullet a handful of times now. That's a fun book, or a fun movie. But yeah, I like this. I just thought I had a good time with that. And I think werewolves are kind of fit into Garbaugust, right? And so, as I stated this in my earlier clip this morning, I did make a start on the Nancy Drew Files book, case number 1, Secrets Can Kill, and I'm through chapter 6 already. And so I was evaluating whether these are actually trashy or not, and I'm gonna say yes. And I think because these are the way these are written, they lean into more a bit of a romance and a bit more like there's some murder in here. I don't think there's ever murder in any of the Nancy Drew, like the classic Nancy Drew stories, right? I have only read maybe 1 or 2 of those, so I'm no Nancy Drew expert by any means, but I always felt like they're more light kind of mysteries, right? But like someone's already dead in this book, like the answers, and so Nancy, is gone undercover at a high school. I love that trope. And so to try to find the case, it's a case of like missing audio, like visual equipment. People are breaking into lockers, and her car has already exploded. This is like high drama, and so I definitely think these are lean a bit more trashy for Nancy Drew. She's older, and I think she's like out of high school too, so we're going back to high school, it's fun. So yeah, it's super fun, very dramatic, a bit more of a soap opera feel to it, I would say. So I would say yes, these Nancy Drew files are a slight level of trash. And there's 124 books in this series, so that ought to be right there. It says it's trash also, but I want to finish this because it is a check mark off of the Garbaugust board, So like I said, week 3 is rounding out. I'm not gonna get to these. I'm sad. I'm not gonna get to my Voice Treasure Voyager book. I'm just not gonna have time for it. But I'm still gonna try to read this at some point for sure because I want to read it. I'm not going to get to this one either. This is Janet Joyce's Control and Interest, but Autumn Amour's coming up, so maybe I can tuck it in for that one. Also, Shorty September, and it's less than 200 pages, so this one's a bit over 200, I think. Anyway, I'm not going to get to those probably, but that's okay. So, week 3, I had a really fun week actually. I read a lot of more kind of silly books like Full House and the Saved by the Bell. I read the B.C. Andrews. I got them all here. The Doctor Who book. I should have grabbed these. Doctor Who book. The B.C. Andrews, my NASCAR romance, the Saved by the Bell, Full House. I mean, just pure fun. It was a really fun week. And I think kind of anything goes week is a good idea. But yeah, so yeah, that wraps up week 3. I hope that you had a good time at week 3 reading Anything Goes for your garbage. And yeah, so that's gonna do it for this one. And I'm gonna dive into WTF week next. So thanks so much for watching. If you made it this far, I know these have been a bit long. I sure appreciate it. And until next time, friends. Bye bye.